Hi there. Tonight I'm in the Wetherspoons in Shepherd's Bush, and I decided to do this video in a public space because noise is the stuff that I'm going to talk about, put across. I was going to do something about the response to Minnesota and what we can learn from it, but on the way here I was drowned out by so much noise I couldn't barely think. You know, everybody was on their phone, speakerphone, in different languages. Look at this, look at these, okay? These are £2 from Poundland. And do you remember COVID, when everybody was crazy about wearing a piece of thin crap and was convinced that it was going to save mankind and humanity? Well, it appears to me that we're missing something here. We're all so fond of our Temu-based Chinese shit, and yet these are so readily available and so rarely used. An idea to save the nation, an idea to save our sanity. Imagine if you had dispensaries in the same way that we used to have when, back in the day, pubs used to have Durex machines and gents' toilets, and they used to have fag machines in the bars. You should have a dispenser with these in them in every public space. We're talking about on buses, on tubes, in pubs, in bars. We're going to use Chinese supply chain to the extent that we do. Use it for these fuckers, okay? That's what we need to do. And this is a macro solution, not a micro one. A micro one is it just wouldn't work. If we told people they had to do it, or we did a public information broadcast or whatever, it really wouldn't work. Because people like infiltrating other people's space and sound with their sense of own self-importance by speaking into a speakerphone, which used to be used for conference situations or for meetings. Now it's used in personal situations for buses or whatever you, or even in homes. I mean, I'm in a house share I share with people, and the Eastern Europeans especially like to have every conversation on speakerphone. We need to have an overall cultural change when it comes to the use of these things. I use them all the time, if not for any other purpose but to drown out the sound of somebody else's conversation. But imagine the money that every business would make. Imagine the money that buses would make. Imagine the money that local authorities would make if they put a subsidy on it or taxed it or what have you. Imagine the money that a local authority would make if there were on-the-spot fines. Imagine the money that a bus would make if they had on-the-spot fines. So this is my idea to save a nation today on spec from Wetherspoons. And pubs especially should be really keen on doing this. I mean, on one occasion in a Green King pub, and not a brand I like, I bought a steak dinner at £26 for the drink and the meal. It wasn't that great, but I started to tuck into it, and two guys came in and started watching sport on their media and had half a Coke each. I pulled the bar's manager over and I said, you know, I'm not going to enjoy my meal now. And he said, there's nothing I can do about it, it's a public space. And I thought, you wanker. I have now spent nearly £30 and these two have spent about a £5, and they ruined the enjoyment of my meal. And this goes on all over the place. You know, you can't relax on your way to work because your mind is full of the noise of someone else. And it really needs to be sorted out. It's an environment issue. And Ed Miliband can go on about net zero and not sort this out. It just doesn't make any sense. So here's me, Shepherd's Bush Wetherspoons. Cheers. Okay. Ideas to save a nation. The use of speakerphones. And, the use of headphones to deal with speakerphones.